Hey everyone, the intention of today's conversation is to help you shift to be on a path towards more financial freedom, flexibility, and choice. Specifically, looking at shifting you from being somebody who is potentially impulse driven on a purchasing behavior front, somebody who likes to buy things for that instant gratification or fulfillment that don't really have long term need or value, and is otherwise just kind of living in a consumerist mindset, consuming more for today, passing off the flexibility and freedom that investing can provide for you tomorrow. Specifically, the type of passive income future that we're looking to build inside of this conversation is the one that I think is the easiest to manage and lightest weight. That is through purchasing um, either individual dividend stocks or dividend ETFs out of the gate in the country in which you live. I do think, just from a diversification perspective, a normal dividend paying ETF focused in your country would make sense, and you can find some of those just in simple searches online. But the action to take, if you haven't, is just to find a good discount brokerage account which you can open an account at, complete all the risk tolerance questionnaires and other submission documents, make a deposit, and then purchase your first shares of that exchange traded fund. But to be somebody who wants to shift themselves from being impulse oriented and satisfaction today to somebody who wants to build sort of a cash generating uh, sort of nest for the future, it takes something to shift perspective and shift resilience and shift your mindset. And so this is a simple conversation, exercise, meditation about just kind of starting to shift the mindset in that direction. Again, nothing necessarily is going to change out of today for you unless you do take those actions and you start getting into motion. But I think listening to this and things like it over and over again may start opening up that door to where the things you want today, you may actually say, I could actually shift that for something tomorrow. And so I invite you to use this in whatever way you'd like to. If you're currently going to be drifting off to sleep, this is a great little conversation to listen to. You can skip in the future right to this point in the audio and then move forward from here. If you're currently at lunch and you have your AirPods or headphones on, feel free to just let yourself drift while you listen. Maybe you're sitting outside under a tree or going for a walk. I invite you to again just allow the conversation to flow through you and just be present to what is here. If you're driving, maybe be more alert. Maybe don't do the deep breathing in the same way, but you can do that too. Listen to this and just allow it to sink in, but do please stay focused. And so, I invite you to relax yourself. I invite you to take a deep breath. You are enough, and you have already done enough today. You deserve this opportunity to be present, to reflect, and to allow things to flow through you. You can be open to a shift in perspective, a shift in purpose, and a shift in how the world occurs to you. We're going to be reflecting on patience, purpose, delayed gratification, and the power of growth and compounding. There's no right place to start or right amount, it's just the action of starting. I want you to consider that you're walking down a street. It's nighttime, street lights are on, leaves are blowing, and you naturally notice a really beautiful car parked there, somebody's driveway. You look at it in awe, and something inside you irks. Like somehow you're not enough. Like you want that. Like somehow that would give you something that you don't have already. And you continue to walk and you see a big house. And you think the same thing. If only I had this house. Maybe. You see a beautiful pool. And again, it's that same feeling. I wish I had this. Why don't I have this? You think, maybe if I wear beautiful new clothes, that will get me closer. That will make me feel full. So you go out and you buy, you buy, and you buy. You think ordering food in is great, or going out for restaurants often is wonderful. And you continue to go down this road where you think something out there that you can exchange for money beyond basic food and shelter and some niceties and maybe some things you're passionate about. But those other things, all those other things are somehow going to give you fulfillment and satisfaction long term. In most cases, those things people splurge on and buy cause them more concern and pain. Imagine those beautiful new shoes you bought just got scuffed up. Imagine the car you bought, as soon as you drive it off the lot, decreases in value and starts requiring service and maintenance. Imagine people who buy boats and ATVs having to pay new insurance premiums, or having to buy trailers and lifts, or having to get little extra parts, and now they got to find storage and continue to upkeep these things. And again, nothing wrong with having any of them, and if it's your love and passion, all for it. But most people have these things and they just sit around, collecting dust and rust and decaying in value. When you think about looking at other people who always have nice clothes and you wonder why you don't, so you go out and buy, you don't have to worry like that. People don't even know what it is you are wearing on a day-to-day basis. You can be free of all of that weight. You can isolate and separate yourself from the world of comparison, from the world of not enough, because you are enough. I want you to consider that what you are trading when you purchase these things. In this conversation, you're trading a seed. You're taking these seeds that have the opportunity to grow, and instead, you're handing them off to somebody else or to somewhere else. And you're trading off that future growth for that thing today. That thing can be as small as a fancy morning coffee. And again, if that lights you up and that's your thing, have at it. But if it's just this thing you're doing because it's become the habit, this is the opportunity to stop, or at least reduce, and redirect some of those seeds back or to a future of flexibility, freedom, and creation. One that you are in control of and monitor, that gives you choice. So imagine for a second you do have this seed. And you look at the seed, simple little seed, and you think, what could I do with this seed? I don't really want all those other things anymore. I'm sitting here at peace with myself. You think, well, what could this seed grow into? And you choose instead to plant that seed into the ground. And the ground is fertile. It's well nourished. You don't even need to water it. All you need to do is sit. Preferably, you wouldn't even look at it. You'd actually just get up and leave and let it do its thing. Over time, that seed will grow, it will sprout, turn into a tree, and begin to grow. As it grows branches. And eventually it starts producing seeds of its own. Those seeds at the beginning might be very, very tiny, much tinier than the seed you initially planted. But they're still seeds. And those seeds, they can fall down to the soil and be replanted again, be replanted again, and be replanted again, without you even doing anything. And as you go about your day, you can continue to take other seeds, the seeds you have in your hands, and continue to, instead of choosing to trade the seeds away for nothing, you could plant the seeds into your forest. And you can see now, you've got all these trees around you. Some of them are tiny, some of them have grown, maybe some are quite large. You can't even really see the top of them. And they're all at different stages of producing more seeds. Eventually, with patience and time, the seeds your forest is producing are bigger than the ones you were planting yourself. The seeds your forest produce become bigger than the seeds you plant yourself. And as time goes on, there'll be more and more trees that are generating more and more seeds that become bigger than the seed you plant yourself. And as you look around at this forest, you think, wow, it's big, it's strong, it's beautiful, it's robust, it's healthy. Yeah, sure, maybe time to time a tree falls, but it's supported by a strong forest. We don't notice that one tree falling. We don't notice the other tree falling because we have a healthy forest. And you don't even know now how many trees are in there. You don't even know how tall each one is. And you don't care about that tree on a day-to-day basis. You don't care if the tree grew a couple inches or maybe it even somehow shrank. What you're focused on is the accumulation of your forest, the continued building of your forest. And as time goes on, the seed your forest produces, you can choose now what to do with those seeds. Maybe at the beginning, you could choose to take some of those seeds and trade it. Maybe you trade it for that fancy coffee, but now that's not coming out of your active working income. That's coming out of your passive seed production. Maybe those seeds continue to grow bigger, and now you're able to make insurance payments. Maybe now your mortgage is covered through the constant flow of these new seeds. Maybe over time, the passive seed production starts becoming a higher and higher percentage of your active seed production, the working time. And you think, wow, this is amazing. It doesn't matter if I am sleeping, it doesn't matter if I get out of bed in the morning, it doesn't matter if I go to work, it doesn't matter what I do. This forest is always working and it's always producing. Sure, maybe sometimes we go through seasons where it's not producing as much, and other times it seems like the forest is growing faster than we can even imagine. But it's passive, and it's healthy, and it's strong. And it just continues day after day, month after month, year after year. And if I just keep putting those seeds back in, I continue to get more freedom, flexibility, and control. You can imagine yourself looking up into the sky, seeing all those treetops, all the leaves. You can see the sun beaming down through them, the wind's blowing. You're at peace, you're at calm. You even wonder, why would I care what these other people are doing with their seeds? Why does it matter what they're choosing to do? Who am I trying to keep up with? I'm free. I'm in my own forest and I'm building it. And even today, if your forest is small, if you're only planting your first seed and growing your first tree, you can live into that future fulfilled. That future fulfilled is a large, big, robust, beautiful forest full of healthy and strong trees. See those seeds? When they come out of the forest, they're the dividends. Or when they're being replanted by the trees, falling back to the floor, those are the dividends being reinvested, growing new trees, or adding to the health of your current trees. Many times, or over a long period of time, those trees, those individual stalks, or a collection of trees inside of an exchange traded fund, those historically grow over time. You have that freedom now to choose powerfully, moment by moment, decision by decision. What do I want to do? Do I want to grow, build a forest? Or do I want to throw those seeds away, give them away? Look in your hand right now. Visualize your hand holding the seeds. You're looking at them. They're precious. They're precious because you'll know they'll grow and they'll grow and they'll grow if you plant them. And when you plant them, those seeds will grow into healthy trees and they'll compound, means they duplicate over and over again, growing at greater and greater rates till you wonder, how did life get so flexible and free and fun? And I am here, I am free, and I am building big, beautiful forest. I am building wealth. I am building freedom. I am building choice. I am enough, and I can start taking this action today. It is not complicated. It is not hard. It just takes a few simple steps and consistency.